Hari Om all. Today we will contemplate on the Shloka 7 from chapter 8, Akshara Brahma Yoga. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yudhya cha mayy mam evaisyasy samshayam. Again, let me repeat. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmara yudhya cha mayy mam evaisyasya samshayam. Therefore, always remember me and also do your duty of fighting the war. With mind and intellect surrendered to me, you will definitely attain me. Of this, there is no doubt. Tasmat, therefore, sarveshu, in all kaleshu times, mam, me, anusmara, remember, yudhya, fight, cha, and mayy, to me, arpita, surrender, mano, mind, buddhi, intellect, mam, to me, eva, surely, eshyasi, you shall attain asamsayah, without a doubt. Yeah, this is in continuation with uh, 8.5 and 6 we have been reading. Krishnaji, would you like to start?
Yeah. So here again, as a continuation, Krishna is highlighting to be in the conscious state always, uh, and also is highlighting or giving us a significance of not to be avoid the things which we are already doing. So we have to perform our duties. What is dharma, and uh, but with the mind and the intellect surrender unto me. It's like being in the selfless state and performing without any attachment to the result. So he says we can continue, one should continue to perform their duties, whatever is prescribed duties, than stopping and like shifting or moving to stopping their work, whatever the day-to-day work, and moving to some other, what to say, ignoring things and just simply sitting. Instead, we have to perform our duties, and but with the mindset of that Agna Bhava, and then we will be, one will attain him. So, and there is no doubt in that. So that's my understanding. So whatever we do daily and day-to-day work, and
Mhm.
we should have this in our work, uh, and treating others, and whatever daily other activities apart from professional life, taking care of parents. So
Mhm.
all should have, should it should be done, but with like a service mindset. So that means we are in a right path, and we will definitely attain. There is no doubt. That's what Krishna is uh, explaining us or showing the importance in doing the every day to day work and with the right mindset. So I think the picture also
Mhm.
beautifully put. So doing the things with the right intention.
One is the right intention, and then um, the other thing is saying, remember me always.
Yeah, being in what to say. That's what, not being attaching
Ah, ha, ha,
to
ha.
the result as well as to the body and mind place. So
Where do you, so how easy do you find this? And do you see any challenge in following this particular instruction?
challenges, I think it's been 2 years now, Gita session. So
Uh-huh.
compared to before now, it's bit okay. Like I can able to concentrate and not being attached, and even mostly with the professional life, also in personal, also uh, I would get what to say instinctively depression or anxiety also
Mm-hmm.
earlier. Now it is like didn't happen over the night. To be frank, like that recollection, that 1 minute or 20 second, 10-second pause, like okay, wait, what's happening? Why are we getting anxiety? Why are we feeling angry? What is this just teaching me? And let's leave everything. This is just a play. Let's do our best from given situation and given tools, right? So what is that I can put without like expecting much result, though my focus is on result, but still I will not expect the result to happen the same way what I expect,
Mm.
but my focuses will be toward the result, but I'll be okay. But body some now, right, earlier used to be like we would feel that rigidness in the body, right? Like I mean I
Mm-hmm.
felt when stressed out or that brain some kind of
Correct. Correct. Correct.
rigidness in the
Mm-hmm.
head,
Tight.
head
Becomes
section,
tight or.
tight and other thing. But it is gradually to the, I think it's a practice.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening. Since I can see the progress, it's like uh, it's good. Like I feel like okay, we this is the right path, and we have to continue doing in all situation. Don't know, like as I told, out of just a random number out of 10, when I used to be always anxiety and anger or something, out of 10, 9 times that time. Now it would be like 2 times I would get. That is also instant. It's coming
Wow. Okay.
2 to 3 times, especially while driving. Also, that's while driving something happens right again. That's immediate. Like that's a in a traffic or something, especially with
Correct.
the Bangalore traffic and that comes
It's a.
immediately. Like though I don't shout at them or yell at them, but you can feel that chemistry changing, right? That is still
Uh,
there. I want to agree with that. I mean, I will not say that's completely changed. I don't feel irritated or something like that, but still I feel irritated. But I am able to like say I'm not able to. I will not shout or I will not do anything immediately, right?
uh,
Like before, even there is some issue from their side, okay, I'll just see back and okay, okay, fine, then I'll move on. That's how the change is. That's how I'm able to adopt it. It's like there is an improvement to answer, to be specific, right?
Very nice.
Improvement, yeah. Not 100% that I would agree, yeah.
Any questions from Satish ji or Isha ji to Krishna? Yeah, Isha ji.
No, I do. I actually don't have any questions for
Okay.
him.
Yeah. What do you? What is your view, Isha ji?
uh,
How do
all,
you see this?
uh, it's like mostly we all feel bhakti and karma don't go hand in hand.
Hmm.
Whenever we think of even Bhagavad Gita, from when I'm child, I think all of us have seen Bhagavad Gita only in movies, right? When they show in the court scene, or they will show one granny grandpa reading Bhagavad Gita in movie.
Yeah.
They will never uh, there was never an instance where a temple or at home we were told about this. We know we have a book called Bhagavad Gita, but it was
Hmm.
not importantly given to us. The
Hmm.
importance was not told to us. So it was always in the end moment, when you're going away, you read so that you will get moksha. So
Yeah.
most of the time we think bhakti is not something that is practical in everyday's life.
Hmm.
So especially Bhagavad Gita is not practical in everyday's life. That's what is an assumption that is being put in our brain, maybe a
Assumption. Yeah.
colonized brain which we were forced to believe in that or whatever. So, but here it says, karma and bhakti can go in hand, because when you start working in pure consciousness, that itself is bhakti, that itself is taking us closer to Krishna or God. It takes closer, that as Satish ji said, the result is not ours. When
Hmm.
you don't have control over result, you can only have, we are not, we have very limited control over things, very limited. The
mm,
super controller is sitting somewhere else.
mm,
So he's controlling us, and we have very little things to do. We have control over, should I do like this or shouldn't I do like this? Something like that, very basic. But after we do, the outcome is not in our hand.
mm.
It can be any work. Even if it is me going to office from here to there, I will think that okay, I will get up, I will wake up at this time. If I leave house at 8 o'clock, I will reach by 9. This is one assumption what we have. So many people, so many things have to be aligned for me to reach at 9.
Correct.
So even A to B, when we are not able to travel, what about the office, the job, the appreciation? Nothing is in our hand.
Mm, mm.
So when so many things, the child that grows in our own womb, we cannot decide whether how it will look.
No,
Right,
no.
inside the tummy also we cannot change anything. It is
Yeah.
growing inside, but still nothing is in our hand. So when
Mm,
like that, we shouldn't have too much of expectation on that. It will happen.
mm,
What has to happen, it will happen, but what you have to do right at that particular time in your given job, do it.
mm.
Same like we just finished the shloka, no, karmanye vadi.
Mm-hmm.
That shloka says the same thing. Do not expect the result. Don't see the result and do your job. Because once I think Mr. Annamalai, he has
Mm-hmm.
explained the shloka so well, saying, once you have your aim at result,
Mm,
only achieve that result, do your job. You will do
mm,
your no matter how bad you have to do because you want to achieve that result.
mm,
The main focus is always fixed on result, not on your work. So here Krishna is clearly saying remove that result from your life.
mm,
Only concentrate on the work part. When you concentrate on the work part, you'll get closer to me, because
mm,
everything, end of the day, everything belongs to Vishnu.
mm,
So just work and let relax. And Sarananji, it's very easy for me to say this when I'm losing, when I'm
mm.
on all-time low. No, easily I will say it's all Krishna's doing. But what about when I'm doing very well in life?
Uh-huh.
Then that ahankara will come. I am doing. Because of me, look at me, I'm earning so much money. Everything will come to me. I want to see me, actually, personally, me. When I'm in all-time high, will I say the same thing?
Uh-huh. Yeah. And also, you said do your work, right? How do you how do you have the clarity? Like, what is the thing that I have to do? I think
Anything.
that is the bigger focus because in a day or over a period of time, each one of us are doing so many things.
Hmm.
How is like, do we have that clarity on why I'm doing what I'm doing, and where is it supposed to take me?
See, I don't have that supposed to take it to me. That itself is expecting something out of my work. So no. So wake up.
Mm,
In case, see, I have seen my mom for a really long time working till date. She's 69 now, and
mm,
uh, she had breast cancer in 2009. She had to go through surgery, chemo, everything, and she recovered. But
mm,
unfortunately, before 6 months, it relapsed.
mm,
So now she's in hormone therapy. Thankfully, we went very early. She felt it, and we went early. But still, she has that side effects. Even today, no, she's not able to eat. Her, whole throat, mouth, the wound develops.
mm, mm,
All time weak in walking, but still, she'll feel like, okay, I'm still not recovered. My daughter is not recovered. Just get up, do what I can do for the family. Uh,
mm,
at least fill the drinking water for them. We have this matka, so she will at least fill that, grind for breakfast, something. How
mm,
much she doesn't like lying down. If I'm sleeping, I'm sleeping, but if I'm able to get up, even 2%, if I'm able to get up, she wakes up. So this
mm,
is something she has been doing, Sarvananji, from when we are little. When I'm little, we are one small family of three. She used to wake up at 3:30 in the morning, wash,
mm,
do the dishes, prepare the breakfast, everything. My dad wakes up in the morning at 6:30. All he has to do is take bath, and then he will do puja for a really long time. Then he will go to temple, come. Both of them will go to work at 7:30. My
Mm,
mom doesn't do anything, no puja, nothing, no going to temple, because the entire time she had work to do. She had to
mm,
get ready, she had to cook the breakfast and lunch dabba. She had to go to work, same work at 7:30.
mm.
Then both of them will come back home at the same office. So both will come back. Dad will relax. Mom will again
We
start
lost
working.
Ishaji.
You lost me? You
I'm
can hear
able to hear.
me?
Ishaji,
Ishaji,
You can hear me now?
we are not able to hear you.
I'm able to hear Ishaji Sarananji. I think, not sure.
I think Sarvananji is hung.
Yeah, I'm able to hear you, Ishaji.
You can hear me, Sarvananji?
Ah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
think
can hear.
on my end, I think there was an internet issue. I guess. Yeah, please.
So, yeah, so she comes back, she does. So dad had to relax. So even
Mm,
he wakes up, he does his puja, he goes to temple. Now, if you have to say which is bhakti yoga or which is karma yoga,
mm-hmm,
who is the right example?
mm,
Mom doesn't have time to and all because she has so much of work. After everything, she will just sit,
mm,
right? Which
mm,
hardly 1 or 2 hours per day max.
mm,
So if it is like that, that's how we see, and no expectation, somebody else have to come and help. I am only doing, no. The motivation you need not see from outside. You'll just do it.
mm,
Automatically it just comes. I think that instant when it comes, no, you will not put bhakti separately from your karma.
mm, mm, mm.
Hand in hand. When I am also feeling so low, she will say, you just have to keep doing your duty. Everything will fall in places.
Yeah.
I
Mm,
gone and told her, you keep saying like this from 30 years, what did you get?
mm, 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 mm,
Doing no, I'll be telling her like that. But then, I realize what she's saying, do not expect. She doesn't know Bhagavad-gita. She doesn't go and, do shlokas, nothing. But automatically she follows, I feel, proper karma yoga.
Okay, definitely. The that is the dharma as like what she has to do and she is following, right? Yeah.
Mm,
I was coming to this point, what I noticed, right? Which is not from a material sense, uh, with as we so as he says, like do your duty, and then like there is this line, always remember me, right? So the whole this series of shlokas, the way I connected is like, so the goal is to attain moksha. No.
mm.
Right, so that's where I was coming to, not in the material side. Yeah, we all know that it doesn't take us anywhere, right? Right, so how, like, um, but we all have our own dharma, like as you said, as a mother,
Mm,
like as a father, as an employee, which we are doing. That is the dharma part, doing the karma, and perfectly agree that do your karma without getting connected to the result, because the moment we attach ourselves to the result, we take the karma phala, which is papa and punya, and again
mm,
come back. But here, always remember me and do. I feel like that is the biggest point I see here. As you said, like bhakti and karma yoga going together.
mm.
It's no, what at least I have seen is like that morning 5 minutes, 2 minutes pray, and then like that is the time for bhakti, and then like go out for work, or and throughout the day it goes on until the next day. That is how it used to be for me, for me also.
Mm,
So now he's like, but if you see in this series, like what he's been saying is, who relinquishes the body while remembering me at the moment of death will come to me. But
mm.
it's not going to be possible that if I keep doing something and I'm going to remember him.
Yeah.
The other way that he's saying, like, can remember me in everything you do,
Mm,
right? So that is a big takeaway. I see that what I can take from this particular verse, right?
mm.
And again, as you said, when things are going very well, like, can you remember? But he's saying here, with mind and intellect surrendered to me at all the times, right? Then, like, you will attain me, and there is no doubt, assurance also being given.
Mm.
So, um, yeah, these two points, I feel like, are some things like which one can incorporate, which um, I'm trying to, like, see during the course of day, like, if there is a break, I try to see, okay, I try to remember that, yeah, fine, I think whatever is going, it's all the big play which is being enacted. Right?
Yeah.
It's not me. Otherwise, like, that, right? Like, there are times where people come and say, like, "Wow, oh, you're doing great, amazing. How did you do?" And, like, they'll just lift you to the 100th floor.
Yeah. And there we want to be alone.
And then the same way the other time also comes. Really, how can you do this? Like, we're
So,
supposed to know, and, like, this is a big mistake, and that's it. The anxiety, the panic starts. Oh, did I do it? And, like, what's going to happen? And
true, true.
that fear of, did I do wrong, or, like, am I doing the right thing? Right? That clarity, I think, is what I feel like Krishna is pointing to us here, and the
Mm.
clarity comes when one knows what is the dharma, and do it without expecting result. Uh, right, and do it by surrendering the mind and intellect, right?
Mm.
Which means, like, you're always remembering him,
Yeah. True.
and I think these things come only when you are your lifestyle itself, like, is such a way that, like, you have incorporated the the divine
In
mood,
you.
right?
Mm.
You said that, like, go for ISKCON, maybe bhajans, or go to temple,
Mm.
right? Everything matters, right? Where one goes, where one spends time.
Yeah.
Uh,
True, true, Saravanan. It's the same, like, last time ISKCON practices this, I told you, no, that surrender everything onto me means they are doing that everyday work, everything you do,
mm,
offer it to Vishnu or Krishna. Just say that
mm,
it's all yours
uh,
before you eat, before you sleep, before you do. It becomes natural process. It was,
mm,
you're doing something external.
mm.
For them, they don't even greet people. Hello, how are you? No, they say Hare Krishna. From
All
there,
right.
they will start off. So it's
Uh-huh.
always Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Still,
Yeah.
so they don't see it as different way also.
Mm,
So if
mm,
somebody says good job, they will again respond with Hare Krishna.
mm.
So it has to come naturally for us. For us, this Hare Krishna, Hari Om is coming only in satsang, right? When you
Mm.
somebody outside,
Correct.
and especially when you pick up the phone, we are like, hello only. For we are remembering somebody's wife only. We are not remembering Krishna.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's a yeah. So that's a real way of incorporating the teachings in daily life.
Daily life. And in
With yeah.
simplest way.
This is I remember Guruji was saying once, like, it's not a part-time thing that, like, I will
Mm,
do it for some time, and then, like, I'll do my regular thing for other times. It cannot be two different. We cannot be living two different lives.
we always have this saying, no, Sanatan or Bhagavad Gita is way of life.
Correct. It's a
Actually,
way of life. Yeah,
we
yeah.
have to believe and we have to practically prove it also.
Mm, 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 mm. I think where do you see that the practicality is being challenged here? Why is it, like, people say that, like, it's not easy to follow?
It is easy, I feel, Saravananji, but I somehow feel, as I said, when we are, everything is working on our side, no, we kind of forget there is a controller of
Hmm.
that assumption that we are controlling good things for us, no,
Hmm.
that there comes the problem, and we are only doing everything.
Hmm.
That ego in a man, ego in a human is so strong.
Hmm.
So, whichever religion or anything we have, only when there is trouble, we feel very much connected to God.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So happy times we tend to forget. I feel that is why we say that it is not a way of life. Way of life should be that every second you believe that you're not the controller of anything.
But there is one place where, like, in the sense, like, every moment to moment, each one has to make a decision on, like, always there are, every moment there are choices to be made, right from, like, what you want to eat or what you want to drink, where do you
Mm,
want to go, what do you want to wear, like, whom do you want to talk to, whether to join us satsang. Moment to moment there is decisions being made, right?
ah,
So that is where the ego is standing out, saying that, like, right, the decisions are being made all the time. It's not like a autopilot where, like, I'm just sitting and, like, I'm everything is happening. No,
mm, mm,
right? So this is also going on,
mm.
and that is where the confusion may be coming, right?
Yeah, yeah, because we decide we are given two options. Just because we choose one, we feel we are controlling everything. What
Yeah.
the outcomes of that choices?
Uh,
That is there. That's what very limited control we have. When my son used to be really small, no, that LKG, that time, to go to school, he used to have that anxiety sitting in bathroom when he's sitting and taking. I
uh,
say there are two mind for you. One is good mind, one is bad mind. Bad mind will keep saying there is something wrong going to happen. Don't listen to that. Listen to the good mind which says there are so many kids, you can have fun. Like that. I feel even we all have the two part.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I can relate to that at work, right? When I talk, there are times when I know that people are, like, even right now, we are talking very freely. But then at work, there are times you know that, like, the person is talking with lot of thinking, with fear,
Uh,
right? And when there is that fear, it holds them and
yeah, correct.
doesn't come out. Uh,
Really. Judgmental. People are just.
Judgmental, right?
I think Satishji has to give it.
Satish ji,
Yeah, are you?
Hari Om, Satish ji. Yeah. So a
So
lot of points Isha ji has given. Just wanted to hear from you.
yeah, yeah, Sarvesh. I think this shloka is more of helping us to um, uh, set a example on work-life balance. Have it everything in proportion. Um, so that's what it is trying to convey, and also I feel like the inner voice that we have, right? So it keeps suggesting us, and that's the guru in us. And do we actually follow whenever it any situation it keeps giving us suggestions, or even while decision making, it gives a lot of suggestions. Do we actually hear and heed to it? Is one way of looking into it. And that's where that's where this shloka seems to be connecting to us, to the inner voice, suggesting that listen to your inner voice in the way of remembering the Almighty, and trying to incorporate whatever the inner voice is saying. Again, the inner voice is always suggesting with respect to shreyas and prayers, right? Shreyas is long-term gratification, and prayers is short-term gratification, and we always go with the short-term gratification, the what immediate pleasure we look for.
Mhm.
But the inner voice, again, that is the God in us. So it is suggesting what is ultimately good for us in a long term way, not of the immediate one. So listen to that, and that's where we associate our God to it. So apart from the external senses, or the maya, which pulls us in different directions, right? Be it in the body, mind, intellect ways. So that's what
Yes. Okay.
I
So
want to
there is
summarize.
one thing, in the context of this particular chapter, right? Like just to recollect, right? So we're talking about the goal of the three verses that we are talking, right? Is about like how to attain moksha, how to how do you reach Krishna, right? If you see, it started with
Yeah,
what you
yeah. I'm comparing Krishna to the inner voice in us. So that's where the inner voice will actually guide us to moksha. Only is my take.
okay.
Maybe maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure because again, what we say is we keep searching outside for the divine power, but the divine power is within us, and that's our inner voice, and that's the Sadguru to us.
Yeah, okay. The
Yeah.
question can be is like when you said we search for divine outside, what, when, and like when do you search? Why do you search?
So that's where I mean
Is it
we
like you
search.
search all the time, or like once in a while?
It is no, I mean I say that, but I'm not doing it. But so that's where I'm
So
still
I'm just
outside.
maybe like
Outside. Yeah,
uh,
always. It is always like we go
uh,
for a external support
mhm.
always, thinking that something from the outside will can help us and make a difference. But everything, the inner strength,
Why?
inner voice. Is,
Yeah, when you say help us make a difference, like why do you, what difference you are looking for? Why do you say that? Like,
some I mean I don't know. I would say because of the influences from the younger age, like maybe expecting a miracle or something like that. I mean, so that's where I mean that's the some bypass of the hard work or being lazy and expecting things to be done without any effort
oh, okay, okay.
in that way. And so that's something that has come up like when we
So,
were kids, when we used to go to movies, some hand somebody used to wave and something used to happen, or somebody comes suddenly and you ask for a boon and you ask the boon and the work gets done. So all that you know it's not that way, but it is something inner. We have to develop the strength and listen to our inner voice,
so
and that's leading you to moksha kind of.
yeah, I'm just trying to, yeah, because we haven't discussed too much on this inner voice thing, so that's why I'm trying to discuss more. Like, how do you like? Do you see it in your day-to-day life, and how do you connect, and where do you like how
So
natural?
when we say there was all therefore always remember me, the inner voice within you is there and it is guiding you. It is the light force, and it is the one which is suggesting you something. But even at this big decision or big phase of your life, right? That there is something that we put pros and cons, and it gives us a direction to us there. It always gives us a direction there, right?
Okay, so when you say God has the inner voice, is it like uh, you meditate uh, and seek for direction, or like it happens naturally in the day-to-day life for you? Like how does it?
Yeah, when it is a lot of confusions, just sit down, meditate, and negate stuff, and there is something that you would zero in on, and that's where it can help us in direction. But I'm just saying I will have to do a lot of stuff in practical. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
that's not incorporated yet into my life, but
Okay.
sometimes I sit for that. So when there are multiple choices, multiple directions, right? Sit down and try to negate and eliminate. But there comes a decision. But again, external agencies, external forces, external demands might not allow me to take that step as well, and
Yeah.
we'll have to give in sometimes because of the family needs, family demands. We do put them across to the family, saying that this is what it is looking for me, for as per me that's where it is, but that comes back to my personality, saying that you are having a negative outlook, you are pessimistic, all that. But
Mm,
no,
mm, mm,
I would like to tell them, no, no, maybe you want to see me like that, it's fine, but like from right now in my situation, uh, I have a big decision to make, which is being very costly to me as well, and I can't afford it as well. Like my
mm,
son, I'm already sponsored him for a comet seat in engineering, but I is already into fourth sem. He expects now to go to Canada for undergrad,
mm.
with global situations, with IT industry, everything.
Yeah.
I did try to paint them the picture, put across them, saying this is what it will be, and at this age, whatever savings I have for my rest of my life will be, expended with this, and I have one more kid, etc., etc., etc. I tried, but he's bent upon going. Okay, now
Mm.
what else to do? So I have to support them. That's it. Even like the family, entire family is supporting him. So okay, that's where it is coming.
Mm, 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 mm. And this is where you are looking for that inner voice to guide you.
Yeah, I sat down on Friday. Well, I was speaking to so many people, yeah, including with our satsang people. I
Mm,
also wanted to take it up with Guruji. Then I found, like, if I take it up with Guruji and Guruji advises, maybe whether it's positive or negative, will I consider Guruji's suggestion? Then I found no, I'm giving family priority, so I didn't ask Guruji also. On the Shivratri day, I wanted to ask this, but I
mm,
couldn't put it across to Guruji. Then I thought, well, if I ask Guruji, then I should heed to his advice. Will I do that? Then I was like giving
yeah,
the family a top priority. Then I said, okay, if I'm
yeah.
not abiding by Guruji's decision, or if he says no, will I
Mm,
really say no and stand
accept.
to it? So
That's
then
it.
I found I didn't had that you know
Clarity.
mind bent upon that. Then I said it would be like
A-
disrespecting Guruji after I ask and I don't take his suggestion. Then I kept
Actually, yeah,
yeah.
actually, Satish ji, the way I also see, right? I think many times this question it does come up. Is like uh, the teaching of Gita is like is itself a, a live one. It's not something like a bookish thing where like we are able to actually get answers to our questions based on these teachings. I'm sure like if you just go back our own slides, right, and just reread it, I have seen that like you get answers to the questions, right? And we have discussed in the past also where we say that like what Bhagavad Gita is a not a theory which was given in isolation in a comfortable classroom. Rather, it was given to Arjuna in a war situation where he was in trouble, which is very similar to uh, everyone in the real life. As like we go out, we face challenges, right? So, in the advantage of as for Arjuna, he had the advantage of Krishna being with him. So, what happens to us? Okay, and the answer is Krishna is also with you, with me, with everyone in the form of Gita. And if you are able to connect to these verses, like recollect what was told, what we got, you may actually find answers. I just that is one thing I would like to share with you. Like just maybe like go back to the verses and like see if you can connect to the meanings for these verses. You may find answer to the question. And if not for it, like then it's not of use, right? If it is only purely theory, it will people will not be able to follow it. And the very fact that it has survived this long is because I'm sure like those who worshipped and followed it to the dot, they are able to find the path with the help of Gita. I'm sure like Isha ji will be able to share a lot more. I find her like a lot more knowledgeable in this area. But yeah,
No, Saravaji, I just joined. My first satsang was with
really? No, I find like you are like
no, no.
very evolved and
My first class was with Vijayji when he started this group. Before that, Bhagavad Gita was there at home. That's all.
uh,
At least
yeah.
child had taken that summer class and all. They will
Mm,
have no online when COVID started.
mm, mm.
So nobody did for
Okay,
adults.
okay,
So
okay. Yeah, but this is what I feel. When it comes to the question that Satish ji has, and I'm sure everyone faces it in different ways. I feel like we have a great company of this Gita with us.
it's from
Uh,
each other.
and the
Actually.
direct question, I think you are very right, Satish ji, in that way. Not asking, rather like the way will be to ask yourself and you seek the answer from Krishna, from these verses.
No, but Sarananji, sometimes I feel so. In case I ask all three of you for, I have something going on. So I
Mm,
will ask you three. You will do the best in your given ability to understand what
correct,
I'm trying
correct.
to tell you and answer me.
Mm-hmm.
The day I am the one who is living here,
Yes,
right? You can
exactly.
advise me as the person looking at it and understanding me. So
Mm,
what I will try to get is I'll try to get that 5 6 information and then try to do something which will practically work out in my life,
mm,
right? So
yes, yes.
especially when it comes to children, no Satish, the 1,000 people will give advice, but our child is unique, and the only person who will understand the child the best is a parent. So when
Yeah.
we have to just accept everybody's advice and at a given situation, because we know how they will respond when we say no. Others will not know. So many things we will know about our child. So at that given time, what best we can do,
True.
that much only we can do.
Yeah. That's where I just surrendered to the moment. That's it.
We can only say, okay, fine, I will do this. Hopefully what I'm doing is right, and in case something goes wrong, help me so that I will work towards it also. So many times you have no idea, and personally Ravi and I are like, we have grown within ourselves, Sarvananji. We just started business very young, so we didn't have any guide or older people so we can see and learn from them.
Okay.
Only through mistakes we have learned. Okay, so we just make money. We will, as soon as we come get one big check, we'll start buying, chairs and furnitures for our office. There was no saving, everything. Come and give it to dad. My dad is the even worst. He will spend everything on, luxury things. He'll just spend it off. you know it was like that. Okay, then finally we decided we will buy a flat in BTM. This was in when we were in 20s, in 2006 or something like that. Okay,
Uh-huh, uh-huh,
uncle who had built one in very close to BTM first stage.
uh-huh.
Practical, I hope I'm not taking too much of your time. We just
No.
him, and he was asking, what do you do and all. We were too young, we were younger than his child also. He was a single father who had lots of money, one daughter.
Uh-huh.
So he was saying, okay, you like this flat, give me 50,000 rupees and you can block it. And we gave him, he said, 5 lakh rupee if you have, I can arrange loan for next. And we were thinking, how will we arrange 5 lakh? And we were so lost. We gave him 50,000. We went to take back that 50,000 check. Okay. So he made us sit. He need not have given us that money, but he made us sit. He asked, "What do you people do?" And then we explained him how our business is. It's not that, we will 100% get. We may get, we may not get for next 6 months also.
Mm.
Asked, "How do you save money?" And, we are like, "No, we just give it here, there." Like, "Do you do anything?" We said, "No." That's when he explained us what is RD. Okay. We didn't know what is an RD.
Mm.
That you have to open an RD account, even
Mhm.
if it's in 20,000, no matter what, it has to go off there. So you
Mm.
will have some amount of, you know, for yourself.
Mm. Mm.
That guy need not have told us. He and we
Yeah.
have no connection, right? He just,
Uh-huh.
and it's done. We are done with him. Over. We took 50,000 and came, and after that, we started doing that. Because
Mm.
which we actually could construct a house, and I think we started construction of a house when we were 28. That is like in Bangalore, constructing your own house in your own, buying a plot and constructing at that particular age. Everything I feel because of that guy. Maybe he was, as Satish ji said, externally we will look for some support. No, for me at that particular time, I think Krishna was in his mouth. He is
Mm.
guided, which maybe family wouldn't have guided. So many times our relatives won't guide us. What,
Mm.
they won't say something nice to us.
Mm. Mm.
Things happen, so many, and we buy stuffs without thinking, Sarvananji.
Uh,
Especially this huge investment during COVID, because we were renting out our house. We just thought, okay, fine, we will, instead of taking one on rental near to my son's school, we'll just purchase a flat.
Mm.
In 5 days we have purchased also. We just gave him some advance and we entered. We didn't check on document, we didn't do legal, we didn't do anything. Who will do such things at this age? I understand at 20, but
Yeah.
automatically, it's a luck, or God's grace. It's a
Mm.
hard-earned money with limited brain of ours. It
Mm.
just worked out fine for us.
Mm.
We have come across such beautiful people.
Mm.
Actually thought, okay, we shouldn't cheat these people, kind of.
Mm.
But things work out in many ways. No, many people will come and help us like that.
Mm. Yeah. Satish, yeah. So hope, yeah, I like, I'm sure like you will find guidance from the verses of Gita.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It is very living and very practical. I have always felt and seen.
Yeah.
And as Krishna has been saying, right? As we let us do the duty, our dharma, um, and think of him and surrender to him and do the right thing. And there is nothing, I think, is going to be wrong, because whatever you do, it is what you are supposed to do. It is not you are doing, rather, as per the prarabdha, it's supposed to happen and it will happen. You
Yeah.
just, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in this one more, Sanaranji, which I recently, in one of the chapters when we are contemplating in ISKCON, they said, for a true devotee, that means for somebody who's offering every day, every moment of his work to Krishna, he
Mhm.
will not look at moksha as his ultimate happiness. He is
Mm.
not aiming at moksha,
Mm.
because he is seeing Krishna every time.
Mm.
He need not say that, I don't want to come to this world, I want to, moksha, no life, no. He just doesn't care. He just enjoys every moment of the work he's doing and offering it everything to Krishna.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, it's, yeah, basically you, yeah, in some ways, like if you're able to see Krishna everywhere, then basically um, you have you are able to go beyond the Maya to right, to be able to see the truth,
Hmm.
um, right, and the moksha is in a way like you are looking to get away from this from the suffering, and the suffering is because you are not able to see.
True.
Right.
Our mind.
Yeah, you're troubled by the changing world that is playing out in front of you all the time.
Mm.
Right? But like if one is able to transcend, go beyond that changing one to the unchanging. Uh, yeah.
Ah, true, true.
Uh, Krishna ji, before we
Krish-
conclude, you want to share something with Satish ji's?
Yeah. We actually have to encourage Krishna ji more. He's just married. He has so much. His child will be so, he will get Bhagavad Gita from his womb, I think.
Yeah,
Definitely,
actually, I'm like
definitely. It's going to be a divine
getting
child.
lot of life experiences, like I mean, realistic life experience, right? Like different lives and uh, perspectives.
Mm,
Mm.
I get a lot of knowledge from you all, apart from Bhagavad Gita, also like life experience, right? And so that helps me.
okay. Yeah. So maybe then we'll conclude this verse. I'll just like to re-summarize it again.
Yes.
So just to conclude, again, Krishna is saying here, um, throughout the day, how do we reach him, or like in other way, as Sishaji said, how do we see him always? It is it is not going to come as a part-time thing, part-time bhakti, rather like always remembering him and doing our duties, like be it whatever as per our dharma, as dad, mom, husband, wife, right? And like surrendering mind and intellect to him, so that ahambhava is not there, like that I am the doer is not there, right? Which is what creates all the trouble, and taking the focus to the karma phala, which um, will lead to again um, taking births to do more things, right? So just focusing on the karma and offering the work to Krishna, and then he says, for one who does this, definitely will attain him, and with no doubt. Um, yeah, for those like for us, like who are following him, praying him, I think it has to be the golden line to be taken, that there is no doubt, for one to attain him. Right? Yeah. With this, we'll end this session, and we'll just the next one we'll see is about still in the same lines. I can see we'll continue next week. We'll stop the recording here. Hari Om.